Welcome to the Fantastic Facts and Foolishness podcast. My name is Jay Lakes.
I'm the Rice Man.
Mischievously.
Dee Dee Sherelle.
Dee Dee, all right.
All right.
And we got the third member of the Yin Yang Twins over here.
Whisper.
Like, bam. Come on now, bam, bam.
Tell us what's going on. What's up with the voice?
Okay, for some of you who know, I am an entertainer, a host, a promoter, event coordinator, and I do a show every Wednesday. So I just did a show last night, and I'm also recovering from a trip from the Bahamas. So I've had a great time this weekend, this week, so thus far, and my voice has got the best of me. So I've lost my voice. I'm working on it, and I got to get better.
Okay.
Because Sunday, I have another event. The Rock and Rose's 10th year anniversary air show. I'm one of the hosts on that show, and I have to perform. So I'm taking it easy, just trying to conserve it a little bit.
All right, and if you're in the Columbus area, Tri-City area, Atlanta area, it's at The Crew on Broadway on Wednesday nights, starting at 9 p.m. Come out to see it. All the artists are, they are fantastic. This is like the real good stuff. This ain't no play starter artists. These artists got songs and they bangers. And
it's called Columbus Got Talent.
Columbus Got Talent.
Brought to you by JMC Productions.
Oh, yeah.
And Fountain City Crew and Fifi for Real Entertainment.
Fifi.
Oh, yeah.
So we doing it big on every Wednesday.
Oh, shout out to a girl Souls. Yeah, check her out too.
Yeah, check out my girl Souls.
Yeah, gotta check out Souls.
With it.
She got a show tomorrow too, she said.
Oh, okay. We can check out Soul show tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. So
I don't have a show tomorrow though.
when is it?
Mine's Sunday.
Yours is Sunday. Okay, we'll check out both.
We gotta
of them.
find out what Soul Show is gonna be, then we're gonna let y'all know.
Definitely.
All
I
right.
probably know where
10-4.
it is too.
Rice Man, you got something for us? Kick us off today. So what's on your mind?
All right, what's on my mind today? Watching a movie. Homeboy tried to get another homeboy job. He worked for about a week and said, "Man, I can't work for the white man. You know, I can't work for the man. I can't do this. My pride won't let me." It just kind of took me down a spiral, down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
You know, we as black people, we in a situation. You know, we trying to come up out of what we've been through. You know, we understand what slavery did to us, how far it set us back. I mean, when we talk about everything from, you know, redlining that didn't allow us to move to certain places and obtain wealth and obtain property. I mean, everything from, you know, our grandparents and great-great-grands, their land being stolen, that we had wealth in some places, but we didn't inherit that because it was stolen, taken from us, cheated out. We were cheated out of our land, our property. So when we started looking at our generations, we started at zero. When some of the other races started with life insurance policies and things of that nature, they jumped out with a heavy lead. Oh, yeah. We were already behind. Then other races started out with a big lead, big jump on us, and now we're trying to recuperate from that and trying to, you know, everybody say we want to be equal, but we had such a delayed start. We started, everybody else, you know, took off, and we was back there struggling, trying to get started. So now we started. We're trying to figure out, you know, how to get to the next level, or can we get to the even playing field? I mean, is it still the white man holding us back, or is it something else, or is it us holding ourselves back? So I want to open it up and have some real conversation about it.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's, I can't say the white man because everybody that's white ain't holding us back. I have to say the government and the powers that be, the elitists. With our culture, we have been pimped of everything that all of our resources throughout history. Right. We turned to foreign gods that we didn't believe in. We turned our back on each other. We turned our back on things that we knew was right in order for shiny stuff. Right now in Africa, there are still number one in gold and oil, and those people over there in Africa are poor right now. And it's by design. The same thing with us in America. All of us in America as blacks were not brought over on slavery, so we still believe in all that myth. So it's just a lot of things that I think that I think it's a lot of things that I think that has happened to us that changed our dynamic and is still continue to plague us. We had Jim Crow, we had slavery, but they changed Jim Crow to now, they judge you by your name now. You don't get a job based on your name, or it's nepotism. They still hiring cousins and stuff like that, which we do the same thing too in our community. But I feel like that we don't, if we do try to support one another, it's always somebody in the crowd that's going to bring us down. We can't unify on just unification. We can't say that, okay, well, we agree to disagree on this point or this platform, but just because we are all black, we going to stick to it and see it through. Every time that we've had a leader that was for the people, something tragic has happened. Wonder why is that?
Coincidental?
No, not at all.
No,
JFK.
We know it's
yeah,
not.
JFK, his last thing was talking about secret societies in America, and they didn't want no part of that. They killed him. Martin Luther King was talking about peace and everything like that. His last few words were, "I was wrong. I should have went with Brother Malcolm." Malcolm X said, "By any means necessary." They killed him. I mean, when is it going to get to a point that we have each other's back? I don't know if y'all know this, but years back in the 60s in Chicago, the Vice Lords and the Gangster Disciples decided that they were not going to fight each other anymore in Chicago, and they went and had a rally at the Capitol. Do you know what happened? White people were terrified that black people weren't fighting each other. The thing is, if we get along and we stand strong, they know that we can overcome. But the thing about it, as long as we got these shiny things that we so love, it's gonna tear us apart. People get, us as a people, we get vexed by the smallest of things.
But we know how that came about. We had nothing. So when we got a little bit of liberty, a little bit of freedom, we wanted to get stuff to show that we have arrived. I mean, it came from a place of when your grandpa and your great grands never had nothing. The generation that followed said, and the great grand said, "I'm gonna do enough to make sure that they had more than what I had." And it's the next generation that they said they're gonna have more than what I had. But it was about obtaining stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
To show our arrival, our wealth. This is what we got. We've arrived. I'm showing. I got a watch just like you. I got a big car just like you. Now I got a Mercedes like you. I got these things like you. But it came from a place of not having anything and wanting that so much that we went out and got it by any means necessary.
Yes, but we didn't share that. Go ahead.
When do we get past the shiny things, money, cars, the hoes? That is a lot of a downfall in the black community, because I feel like, yes, there is racial inequality when it comes to employment, income, when it comes to education opportunities, when it comes to even the jails itself. I do know that is actual factual, but I do believe that it's a huge percentage of cultural destruction that we're doing to ourselves, because you can only say the man has held me down for so long before you have to do something to try to improve yourself. Well, so of course there is a lot of racial disparity and inequality, of course, and that's one thing that's on our back. But to piggyback off of what you were saying, we also do a lot of disrespectful stuff to each other. Instead of standing together and helping each other, it's like, I want you to do good, but I don't want you to do better than me. So therefore, I can't really help you get ahead if you gonna get and go above me. And that's where I see, unfortunately, that the black community, not all black people, because there are some
everybody,
amazing black people that will help you to no end. But a lot of time I feel like they feel like if I let you get ahead of me, then that's something bad. And sometimes it's just their time, and your time will come, or it might not. But you should never be like trying to hold somebody back because they are exceeding above you. Because I feel like if we could all come together, and once I get to a certain plateau, I can go back and pull you back on up there where I am, and we can just piggyback off of each other.
Right.
But we don't really see that a lot, and that's what I really wish that we could get back to. I think we had it a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was way better than it is now.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if we could get it back to where that was, because right now it is a dog eat dog world. It's
Because-
every man for himself.
Because we got a taste of freedom. So it made us think we were all the way free. But for context, we were pitted against each other from way back in the day. The
Right.
house niggas was pitted against the slave, the field niggas.
Right.
So we've been hating on each other forever
Right.
on purpose.
Yeah,
Their purpose.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know. So I
Serving the
just want to
purpose. Serving the purpose.
just for the purpose to say how a lot of that got started.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still there. Like, you know,
Yeah.
the chains that they put on us, like they put the key on the table and we won't get the key and unlock it. Like everything they hide that we say we don't have is hiding in plain sight now.
We're still mentally enslaved.
That's right. They got books.
Oh.
They got books and college grants and this and thing. Everything out there, and it's in plain sight of us. But they know we won't go get it. Like it's right there. Like they ain't really stopping us from doing it. They just saying here it is out there. We're just not gonna tell you where it is, and we're not searching for it.
Ms. Chivas, go ahead.
Okay. I also believe that we got comfortable. I feel like it's not blaming the white men no more. We can say the history. We can say all of that. We're in 2023. We should be educating the generations under us
There we go.
to avoid going through that in that particular journey for us.
Right.
But what has happened, social media, TV, those type of things are educating our kids now.
Oh, okay.
And instead of, because we're working so hard to be equal, because we do have to work harder or work more jobs or whatever the case may be, I feel like it's on us to educate our younger generations and the people that are coming under us to know that you do not have to do it that way. But if you're following a trend and you're following everything that is set forth in front of you day by day, you tend to live out what you're seeing, listening to,
Right.
and taking in. So if we were to educate our littles and say, hey, you gotta go to school to be better, to be considered equal, you have to finish high school. You have to not skip school. Don't start smoking weed at an early age. Don't, there are things that culturally we left behind and then we could have actually passed on. Like you said, when we were united.
Right.
See, now that's all you see. The money, cars, clothes, and hoes.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't see that many more doctors,
Right.
black doctors and lawyers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In our culture, it's either sports, music, drugs, jail, or death.
Right.
And I think a lot of that has to do with, like you were saying, it has to do with Western society. Us trying to mold ourselves into Western society and colonialism. After we fought during slavery and all that to try to be free, it wasn't enough for us to be free. Like you were saying, we wanted to be like them or equal to them. The thing about it is just uplift the people. Don't worry about where you equal at or anything like that. This system is not designed for us to be equal. So, I mean, the thing about it, I have to say, no, I agree with what you're saying.
But I believe you still feel like the white man is holding us down.
No, I
That's
don't.
how you
I say the government. I feel like the elitists, and I feel like it's not just white people, because I don't say white people like that. I
So
say
you think
elitists. I'm talking about the government.
Period.
These people that sit in the Congress that make decisions that every day
But it's we vote and put them people in
Yes,
there.
we voted, but some of them
Or
we
we
voted a
don't
long time
vote.
ago.
Some
we
people
have
don't
promised.
vote.
Yeah,
But
we
you
have congressmen that have been up on that in Congress forever.
But you know that even when we all
Forever.
vote, we're less than 20% of the population.
I mean,
So I mean, even if we all vote,
I understand that. Too.
we're such a minority in the United
the man who got the most votes wins, right? Person that got the most votes win, right?
States. No.
That's
No?
not how it goes.
That's not how it go? Okay, well then you tell me how it goes. Because I know it don't go that way. I just want to hear what your definition of it.
It's which states have the electoral vote.
Okay, electoral vote. So that means
Based
you
on
tell
the
me
size of the
based
state.
on the size of the state. So again, that's pushing the goalpost back. So that means that what there means that the person that has the most votes don't win. That's electoral college. So if I'm from Delaware and I got 11 electoral votes, and somebody else from Georgia has 4 electoral votes, then that means that Delaware overrides Georgia. So that does not count. That is not our vote. That is not our vote. Another thing too. I gotta say this.
Georgia had more than Delaware, though.
I'm
for
just,
the record.
I'm just saying.
I know.
You gotta have
But
some
like an
facts.
example.
But look, I gotta have some fact. But I'm just saying. Okay, so if you believe in that, and you believe in a system that was designed to specifically hold not just black people, we keep talking about black people, but all minorities. It's designed to hold minorities back. That
agree.
system is still in place. How do you feel that we can go and coincide with this system and make it benefit us when it's not going to do that? It's not designed to do that. That's just like if you going into McDonald's and hoping that because you show up at McDonald's that you're gonna make a Whopper. It's not designed to make Whoppers. It's designed to make Big Macs.
So what
Yeah.
are you saying that we should do? Because you're saying no matter what we do, it's a system that's set up against us. But you still have to do something. You still have to put some best foot forward to try to make some type of change. Because if I'm wrong, what you're saying, it sounds like you're saying if we do nothing, it's going to stay the same. If you do something, it's going to stay the same. So
No.
what do you do?
I'm saying we have to rise up and come together as all people, not just black, not just white, because it's white people getting screwed over by the system because they don't have no money. It's Mexicans getting screwed over by the system. Puerto Ricans, which is Puerto Rico is a United States territory, but they have no vote.
Well, look.
Okay, so
Where the wealth goes, there are options.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, we can create a new system. We know the current system is not made for us. Okay. But we can make a new system if we decided to
Educate the generations
each one
under.
teach one.
I
Teach
hear
us
what
what
you're
though?
saying.
But no.
Teach us
But
what?
a lot of people, you got to look at nowadays. Unfortunately, you have younger and younger individuals like having babies. If they haven't been educated, what are they passing down to their children?
Right. So that's where
That's
see, look, it all starts with our generation. Like this is what we can do. I'm gonna give you some ways we can do instead of glorifying the problem. Because we know we got.
Well, I'm all ears for this. Let's hear it. Let's hear Rice Man figure this out.
One thing. No, I ain't got it figured out. If I had it figured out, I'd be a trillionaire.
Well, let's hear your solution.
Okay. But we got to start somewhere. First thing black people got to start doing, if we just started our generation, if we just said all of us going to get a life insurance policy.
Ooh. Yes.
Just us. And we can't fix what the past did, but if we just said, I will make sure that my children won't start at zero. Okay. Because what we do right now is mama died, grandmama died, and we got to call everybody in the family to have them donate $100, $200 so we can just put them in the ground.
Or
we ain't even got enough money to put them in the ground.
What is the GoFundMe?
We just need a little bit of money. We need a headstone.
Mm-hmm.
We're not starting off with life insurance. But if everybody just, let's say that, look, for my part, what I'm going to do for my part, I'm going to get me a $200, $300, $400, $500, and whoever can, $1 million life insurance policy.
And it don't even have to be that much.
No, it don't, but I'm just saying for those that can.
Right.
Not for everybody.
Right.
But for those that say, instead of this 700 series BMW, I'm going to get a nice Lexus, not quite there, but I'm going to make sure I pay this life insurance policy until I die. So my kids, when they start, they can pay off the house, all the cars. They won't have to come into life, or when they're 20, 18, whatever. Whenever I die, they'll have some wealth. They have some land. They can purchase the house. Something that they have, they can say, this is mine, and let me build from there.
They have equity in something.
Equity in something. It will just to start our generation. They say I'm not gonna let my son and my daughter, when I go, I might be worth more dead than alive. I done wasted 50, 60, 70 years. But for what I am gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that my young ones can start off with something. And that's just one. We can go from that.
With that being said, even if you get that policy, you still have to educate because they could take that same money
And blow it.
and blow it.
Absolutely.
Just
Exactly.
like you never left them anything. So just not getting the policy, but sitting your children down while you're getting the policy. Explaining to why you're getting the policy, what the policy means and what it's for. And actually, see, I feel like in our generation in school, they used to do economics and government and stuff like that. It's hard now. They don't show kids how to open up a bank account and write a check no more.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kids don't even write in cursive no
Oh, yeah.
more. You understand? Kids don't even know how to sign their name anymore. So again, that goes back. I think we're here on the
But
same
we go
Technical
somewhere.
slavery.
you still have to educate regardless. If we don't get anywhere, we will get somewhere with educating what they don't know.
Right.
That's right.
And
Financial literacy.
Right.
We got to get to a point where
Right.
we understand we need to buy things that appreciate, not depreciate.
Right.
You know, just a small thing.
Assets, not liability.
Yeah, they need to be taught.
Right.
People need to be taught that. I agree
But
because people don't know
our
that
generation,
vehicles depreciate
our
when you bring them off the
generation,
lot.
While we opening wing shops and doing everything in wig shops, which is great, as long as we pour back to ourselves. But we got to start to have these programs or these things that even if the schools don't teach them,
And they don't.
that we
Yeah.
but we got
But we
They're
have
not
to
going to.
have young people that want to learn this stuff too, because a lot of times you can give someone, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink.
Exactly.
So they have to
Exactly.
want to know this stuff.
But
So how
If
can
you start
make
off
them
younger,
want to know
if you
that?
start them
Right,
off
right.
young
enough.
Right,
There you go.
young.
Thank you.
if you
Definitely.
start them off
I agree.
young, they ain't gonna know nothing but
Right.
what you taught them.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
the proper. I agree with education because education rules the nation, whether people believe it or not. But education does rule the nation. But my question is, okay, so with education and stuff, we're still talking about financial equality. We have money. We got money. We
have no wealth. We have money.
I understand that. But the people that are put up higher than others in our community are people that are not going to share because they bought and
That ain't
paid for it.
everybody.
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm saying, but okay, well,
We
that's not
just-
everybody.
we
Okay,
just gotta get there.
well,
Then you can do the good stuff.
Okay,
That's what we
so
gotta
you
do.
mean to tell me that we don't got enough people to buy one hospital?
I can't.
Are you sure that there's
I
not
haven't
one?
fact checked
I mean,
that. I don't know.
Are
that.
you sure that it's not
I don't
one?
know if we have
Well,
it.
Because I know
I
Akon
don't
has
know.
did
I mean,
some
how many-
things.
I
I know
mean,
that
how many
Oprah
we-
has done some things.
I know LeBron James put hundreds of people
has
through
done some
school.
things too. Have you
yeah.
heard about Oprah's school in Africa with
But-
her?
But so
it's-
that's not an
it's still-
indictment against
it's-
Oprah.
No,
She still did it.
I'm just saying here.
You all in the mic.
I'm saying here we got to have. It's got to be a change. Financial stuff is not going. Just being at a status of money is not going to help. The same way she said, us having a lot of money.
It's a
you can't
combined
make nobody. You can't make nobody use
You're
it
trying to
the
make.
right way.
You're trying to make
Thank you.
financial freedom like the only thing we're saying.
No, I'm
it's
not
the
saying
building.
that.
Hold
I'm
on,
not saying
hold on,
that. I
hold
said
on.
education was the top.
Let me say something.
said the education was the top.
Financial stability is not the only thing that's gonna get us there. We've talked about education with the finance. We hadn't even finished, bro. Like, no,
That's what I said. I said
yeah,
education. I agree with that.
Yeah. So yes, but it's not Oprah, Jay-Z, LeBron.
It's not there.
I know y'all doing scholarships and doing things that we didn't understand. Disaster recovery, when disaster come, y'all show up. I ain't saying that. But it got to be more of us.
that.
Right.
They get there. I ain't gonna say how you should spend your money.
Right. And
Right.
we gotta
You know what I'm
stop
saying? So
judging
I'ma say-
people.
No, I'm not saying
We
that.
have
I'm
to
saying
stop
that.
I'm not
judging
saying
people
that.
who do.
Right, that we
Because
go.
I'm not saying-
I see
There
so
we
many
go.
people that
I'm not
LeBron's well, I'm not saying
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
just
get
saying,
what you're
but-
saying.
Yeah,
But
but how
I
it
think
came out.
this is on another note. When people do in our community start doing stuff, how can you tell? Oh well, you got this much. You should have did this.
Yeah,
what
you
did
shoulda.
you do?
That- nah.
What did you do? You can't tell
Where you
nobody what they should do with their money. So we have to stop dragging each other if somebody
There it
didn't
is.
give as much as you think they should
shoulda
have.
gave.
Because that's
You in my
not
pocket.
right. That's not
Yeah.
right.
No.
Because what did you do?
But that goes back to the crab,
Right.
you know, in the barrel, because
exactly.
Pulling in
for whatever reason, we just have that mindset. Some of us just have that mindset that we can judge the next
Right.
person,
And you-
or we can just speak on what somebody else did just because we can.
Right, and it
At
doesn't
the end
even
of
have
the
to be a
day-
celebrity. It can be in your family.
At
You
the
should
end-
did
I mean,
more.
yeah.
So
At
so
the end of the
many
day,
What?
you could have went to the grocery store and donated to charity.
Right,
You could have
exactly.
went to the barbershop and gave them $5 more.
Right, exactly.
That's going to still generate more wealth
Right.
or investment into our community.
Instead
So
of pointing at
it's-
other people, you need to
at
point
the
at
end of the
yourself. See what you can
day,
do.
the topic is how are we going to get better and how are we going to be equal? We are equal. We are better.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a systematic approach and a united front.
Right. Unity
Not
is the
just
key.
black people, for everybody to come together and see that this world is shit.
Right.
That's all, period.
But look,
Right.
we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this conversation. We're gonna go to a brief intermission.
Insurrection.
Insurrection.
Into what?
But we'll be right back.
Resurrection.
Now, I think that on the next.
All right, we're back for the foolishness part of our program, but yeah, I think we gonna postpone it a little bit and keep on where we were. We had a heated discussion, so I'd like to continue with that for a moment. Then we'll get into the silliness.
Absolutely.
So so Marlon, Dee Dee,
Yes.
mischievously, what in the hell is the solution? Now you know me. I'm for tearing the shit down and rebuilding it together with all poor people, and you know what I'm saying. Let's get rid of the elites and all that. I'm anti-governmental, so But what's y'all take? What is our solution? How we fix this?
I don't know, but y'all need to go back to what y'all were arguing about.
Damn.
Do you remember?
I guess we like each other too much. You know what I'm saying? We've been around each other too much. I mean, but you were saying, okay, so back to what you were saying. You were saying that we can't blame. We can't talk about the people that got money and what they do with their money. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, at some point though, we gotta put our money together and do for us. It's gotta be for us.
But it can start in small groups. Like we can't. All black people don't get together and do anything together at one time.
Except for a line dance.
Yeah, we might the electric slide come on, the Casper
The
slide,
flex,
cha cha, and all
wobble.
I can't stand that neither.
wobble. Yeah, I might wobble.
That would have been a good
I'm gonna get
segue.
any dance that got instructions on it.
Get in there.
For everybody.
I'm gonna get in there. I ain't lying. So that's gonna get me. But I'm just saying, like, education is the biggest. We all established that.
Right.
You know, if parents
Generational
don't know
education.
enough to teach their kids, we have to develop some avenue for people to get this education. We know that school not gonna do it. So where do they get this education? Do we have to do educational podcasts like we do, hoping it reaches? Because we know we're going to watch social media.
Stuff just like this because
this.
social media's platform is creating the world we're in. Period. When you got people on TikTok doing the same thing, coming the world together, all shapes, sizes, races, to do a damn dance.
Yeah,
That's right.
You got people on Facebook, tag thousands of friends and do 200 friends, make 5 comments. We could come together for that bullshit.
Yeah, stupid
You
shit.
understand?
Yeah,
we could come together for the foolishness. We could come together for the parties. We could come together for all that. What we need to do is come together and get our motherfucking minds right.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
Period.
right. That's right.
We ain't got
Period.
no OGs no more. Remember the OGs said, "Hey, young blood, don't do that shit. Go
That's
to school."
right.
Go
Now
to
you got-
school.
now you got-
I went back to my 70s.
Let me ask
Young
y'all this.
blood, go the school.
Young blood.
You need to do this
AG.
shit.
Have any of y'all ever seen the documentaries, plural, Hidden Colors?
Yes.
You seen Hidden Colors?
Amazing.
Okay, I think
my
that Hidden
God.
Colors need to be taught in school, or at least in each family home. I think that each family should sit there and watch every series of Hidden Colors, because it's so many things that we have accomplished and we have done that I didn't even know. I'm quite sure a lot of people didn't know that there are things and there are statues and monuments around the world dedicated to us, but that's why I go back to it's designed for us.
We can break the design, bro. Every design that was created, we can break that.
That's where my higher power comes in.
And another thing, I'm sorry, but another thing that I just recently heard about is the removing Black history.
They wasn't teaching Black history right. Anyway.
They're removing, but when we did have some Black history, now they want to take that away as well. So at the end of the day, it's about wanting better for yourself, each individually as a person, and taking those strides and doing what you have to do to be better, to be a better minority, to actually learn for yourself what you need to do to come out of this misery and the bullshit that they have ordained for us to do.
Yes,
period.
basically you need to stop listening to his story and learn your story.
Yes. Amen.
Okay?
Yes. That's what type of education that we need.
Part.
You're right. We need that type of education.
But we know we need it where it starts. You know, the thing is,
It's
it has
right
to start
here,
right
just
here.
like
It
this.
starts here.
So we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's different. Like I say, it's different platforms that people use. But the thing about it is that they're not amplified. They're not lifted up the way that it should be. We fall for the
foolishness.
The foolishness.
And
but
I mean,
that's even part of our platform.
That is true.
It's gotta
And
be it's gotta be
we
there.
have to be open to learning educational stuff, because it's cool that you like to hear celebrity gossip, but you really need to learn some knowledgeable facts about
reality
yourself. Exactly. Because a lot of times when it comes to people that might be trying to teach you something that is more consciousness, it's like it's boring. You don't want to hear that. It's not all
I'm trying
about
to get
drama
my paper,
and
my bread,
gossip.
go
Right.
ahead.
I'm chasing the bag.
Right.
Chasing the bag.
If you were educated, you wouldn't have to chase the bag. You have the bag.
Right.
You don't chase the bag.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
The bag comes to you.
That part.
That part.
From this, we're gonna be. Me and my wife. We have 2 LLCs we just started. A lot of it gonna be financial literacy to Black people, all people, but with a concentration, and I mean that on Black people, because we're struggling with some things because we just don't know.
That's right. That's
Don't
right.
know where to look for the information. We know it's
Or
out
just
there, but
don't
we know
care
how
to
go.
look.
Don't care to look.
It goes back to being comfortable with the way things are.
Yes.
We have gotten too used to being comfortable with making just enough money to pay my rent. We're comfortable with my lights are still on. We're comfortable with I do have a car. I got a car note. But we're not comfortable is change.
Right.
We got to be comfortable with change as well, because at the end of the day, we can talk to we all blue, purple in the face. But if you do not take care of yourself mentally, educationally, and open up yourself to real reality, then we're going to always be where we at, because we are living what we are seeing, not living what we can be or are being.
So it's a point of accountability that I'm about to take.
Oh yeah.
Because you get what you put in to kids.
Yeah.
You know, whatever comes to the ear gates and eye gates, that's the gateway to the soul.
We let
whatever
tablets
you get.
raise our children.
And-
I see babies
but-
little as 8 months with a tablet watching YouTube.
It could be leapfrog.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could be ABC.
But the thing is, we sitting there watching TV. We watching all the comedies and all the good stuff, when we could be watching educational things from kids when they grow up. Like, we're exposing them to things that gonna lead them to where we are right now, and we do that.
Yeah.
So we also have to say, look, I got to protect the eyes and the ears of my children, And when we hear WAP come on, and my booty hole brown, and just
yeah.
Because the beat, because we killing to it. We want to get that thing.
Yeah.
But they listening too.
But that go back
and
to
it has no
accountability.
It has no educational value.
Does not get no play from me ever.
Yeah, you
never.
gotta be accountable for the stuff that we feed our children, that we allow ourselves to consume.
So we all
the most ratchet, disgraceful. It's so
Okay.
disgraceful. It's disgraceful. I personally shout out to whoever she is that made that song to be financially equal. You degraded yourself. So you big sexy red or whatever, whoever your name
Sexy
is,
Red.
whatever your
That's
name
sexy.
is,
I seen her.
Red. She looked like Roger off of
Sexy. Good time. What's happening?
off of the
What's
Family
happening?
Guy.
I'm not gonna dog her out because I think she just misguided.
No, she just wanted the money on.
I mean,
A lot of people.
we can go at the problem again.
A lot of people do shit for money
I'm
just
just saying.
because they want to have the money.
That's where they
On the
came from,
other
maybe.
hand,
That's all they know.
Getting paid off it, so it is people out there listening. To
Oh, yeah, most
there
definitely.
are very
Because it
there-
goes back to
but there. I remember the times when like Common was out and all those different conscious
Erykah Badu.
They don't get
people
recognition.
They're not gonna get pushed.
They
They're not gonna get
about
pushed.
the money, cars, clothes,
Because
and hoes.
that's not
gonna
we
get
have
pushed.
to want to better ourselves.
A very
but
close friend of mine, shout out to Hollywood 40, one of, he's a very talented artist from Columbus, Hollywood 40. He's made it very close to being a celebrity, if you want to say it that way, or making it.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to speak for him because he's the type of person that tell me I'm already making it. But at the end of the day, he has told me I learned a lot of things from a lot of people. And one of the things that he said, no matter what we do, no matter what music we make, it's about programming.
Oh, yeah.
So if they push
Right.
my booty hole brown and my pussy hole pink all day long, what you gonna do? Turn your radio out? You end up listening to it. You might change the station, but it's about
It's catchy.
programming.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
If you play my song on the radio 3 times every hour,
Right.
you're gonna listen to my song.
Right.
My song is gonna make it. It's all about programming. Period. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it is ratchet females out there who believe in stuff like that and really enjoy that song. Me personally, I'm older. It does not get no play from me, period. For one, everyone knows booty holes are brown, unless you're white, and they might be tan.
My booty hole is tan.
See? You look like you probably bleached yours.
Tan is a shade of brown, a light brown. That's all tan is.
Khaki.
At the end of,
Puerto Rican.
I feel Puerto Rican in my booty.
Yeah, Indian in your family.
At the end of the day, some people just do things to make money. That young lady might be being a character, and sometimes that's what we will do to conform to get that money, because at the end of the day, we want money.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We want money.
Yeah.
We want wealth. We want financial freedom. We want that, but we want to get it the easiest way
Right,
we
that's
can.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
That low-hanging fruit.
That's it.
That
And her
low-hanging
fruit is hanging.
But I got something I want to ask you about.
What?
Oh, ask everybody at home. Now, we can do all this and say everything we want to say, but come on, is somebody gonna speak on our black businesses experience?
I will.
Now? Come on now, let's talk about our business now. Us people as a culture now. Let's talk about some of the
Now.
ways that we do business.
True story.
Okay.
Facts. I used to do hair a long time ago. I still dibble dabble, but I was doing it frequently. I was a braider more than anything. Back when micros were a thing. If you know about micros, y'all know that it's a long job. And if you do it good, it comes out beautiful.
Right.
Now, micros are about $400 if you go to a salon. I did a lady hair, y'all.
Moment of
No
silence.
names in this. Names are
silence.
omitted to help the innocent.
Protect the guilty. Protect the guilty.
Protect the guilty.
I did a lady hair and she felt comfortable enough to pay me with a fucking blender.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that type shit.
From that moment forward, I never did another micro. So what was I supposed to do with the blender?
Was it worth $400?
A blender?
Did it take you to working back?
I think it was used.
Was it get you blender?
I done had people try to give me purses. Like,
Black people will try
we
to
will barter the
for
shit out of
like,
you.
yeah.
But, and then my one thing too, also with supporting black businesses, I hate that it's a thing that we don't, or it's out there that we don't support, because we do.
Right.
We try to. And a lot of the black businesses give us a reason not to do it no more.
That
Can
most
I
definitely. Go
into my
ahead.
story?
Go ahead. Tell us about
To
it.
piggyback off the hair story, I at one time was going to get my hair braided all the time. I know how to do my own hair as well. So before I was just lazy. So I used to have this particular lady. I would go and get my hair ready, and I would call her and I would like, "What time do you want me there?" And she would be like, "Be at the shop at 8:00." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna be there at 8:00." Get there at 8 in the morning. Now, mind you, I'm tired as hell. At 8:00, she's not there, so I'm like, okay. 8:30. She ain't there. 10:00. Okay, she pulls up. And then after she started on my hair, at 12:00, she told me, "Can we go stop and go get some lunch?" Bitch, if you don't get on my goddamn head,
No.
can we as black business owners, if your sign says your shop opens or whatever at 7:00, 8:00, can you please be there?
Didi being nice. She's saving black folks be late all the damn time
But
for everything.
late, that was like,
Shit,
I could have still listened to you.
Yeah, that's inconsiderate.
Can you at least shoot me a text like, bitch, I ain't gonna be there till 10?
Like, you know I was telling
Yeah,
a lie.
that wouldn't hurt nothing at all. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a whole nother angle.
What?
Not talking about. I'm gonna take a whole nother angle. Not talking about the black businesses that are just people don't know how to handle business. You know, it's enough black people who y'all know who y'all are. Just y'all do not need to be in business. But I'm talking about the black businesses that are excellent.
Right.
There are some.
It is.
Now, and guess what we still gonna do? Like the Koreans come over here and say, I know niggas gonna do two things. They're gonna buy hair and wigs, and they're gonna eat hot wings, right? They gonna come open up a shop that we could have opened. But they gonna come open up a shop in the hood because they know we're gonna do two things: buy hair and eat hot wings. And they gonna open them up, and we can open up one, but guess what one we gonna go to?
Yeah.
The Korean one. Because you open up that shop, they gonna say, "Man, I know her, man. She ain't bad."
I don't want her to get ahead. I don't like her.
They don't want you to get ahead. We will.
Right.
We will. Black people. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a business that's excellent. Come on now. We'll go to these other Koreans, Mexicans, and white folk. We'll go to their shops, but we looking at her like, man.
I'm gonna tell you something too.
Go back to what we said.
I was talking about good old fashioned hating black people. Come on now.
I got something else to add on to that. What about location? Some of these shit, you know what I'm saying? And location and marketing. What I mean
Location and marketing cost money.
Yeah, I understand that.
We gotta be able to get to that and pay it.
I understand that. Once we get there, we got to market our shit better. If we get see, the thing about it is what they do is they'll have a place that say country cooking in a nice part of town. You got soul food in the shitty part of town. Change the name. Change that shit to country cooking and put it in the goddamn in the other part of town. And you ain't got to let nobody know who the hell own that damn shit. Get the money.
But tell the truth.
Get the money.
The restaurants
It's
in
the
the
same
hood
thing.
where you are risking your life.
It's good.
It's the best food.
It's
like
good.
you might die,
But
that
still,
food
leave
is
one
delicious.
there. Leave one there and carry it to the shit. Take it to the people. Let's go back to building and income.
From a businessman point of view, yes, if I can put my business on Front Street and on Veterans Parkway in the good part, but the rent there gonna be $3,000 a month versus $700 a month, $1,000 a month in the hood. You got to get there, bro. You just can't say move the business into the good part of town. Hold on,
with
it
good
ain't
customer
that easy,
service,
bro.
you would do it.
Bro, it ain't that easy just to say, hey, get a good slot, get a good business. It ain't that easy, bro.
I mean, that's what I work.
Yeah,
What I do.
yeah.
Like, I work at the landing, right? On one side of the landing is $2,000 more on the other side.
Yeah.
That's probably like from right here to your front door.
Yeah.
You can walk right across there just because it's over here.
Because it's on the other
The
side.
other side. So
That's right. Cause that ain't prime real estate on that side. No.
That side got the ice cream spot, got this side.
But that's what I'm saying. So it sounds easy to say they should put one on that side. Who are they? And what it costs to do that? If we supported our own, they might be able to afford to go get a better space after maybe they second location or third location.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, can't to them.
But that the assumption is they got the money and they just don't.
No, because it all started mom and pops. Yeah, but mom and pops, it ain't no shit. Famous Amos sold damn cookies out of the damn car. He delivered them, and then Famous Amos went to the damn grocery store. Yeah, he wasn't stupid enough to just say, "Hey, I'm gonna stay in the damn."
Somebody got
he took that shit to the people.
Right.
You gotta carry that shit to them.
They're right. Somebody
gotta carry that shit to them.
We gotta get there. It go back to education again. You know, understanding how to make money, where to make money, how to look at trends, how to look at what spots selling more than the other. It's the literacy part that we gotta get to at some point.
So basically, what he's saying is, black folks show up on time.
Not even just that. It's like black
don't
folks.
Don't be bartering for shit.
When you start a business, and we have these high expectations. Most businesses do not profit till after a couple years at least.
Right. You
gotta thug
this. Most restaurants, most restaurants fail in the first year.
Especially restaurants.
Yeah, especially.
So at the end of the day, and I'm glad you said that about hair stores. If and when I'm gonna open me one.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I shop there. And that hit a note for me because we got all these beauty queens and 98-cent stores, and we got half of the gas stations selling eyelashes and shit, wigs and ponytails now. At the end of the day, investment, marketing, strategy, education, knowing when and how to move with a business, portfolios, all of those things, having a business plan, all of that stuff matters. You can't just say, I'm going to buy this building and I'm going to make something out of this building. You have to start from get it out the mud. But also get education. If you can't get it from someone who already has a business, Google. Use your social media.
Oh, yeah.
Use a free legal aid. Find a way. Go to the library and go read on government things, or go read on real estate, or go read. That's our problem. We want to do shit, but we want to do it the easiest way possible. Right. And that never works.
Or we're doing it to our intelligence level. Sometimes it just
if your ass ain't intelligent, stay in the project.
To get somebody in there to know what they're doing.
The fact that we trying to do it easy, we just don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Most people trying to do it easy. Most people want to do it easy. Let me go get my LLC grant and go ahead and open up this shop. But you ain't thought about.
A lot of times, my issue ain't with the people who are opening the business. Let me just say that one thing. My issue with the people, us black folk, I'm talking about the black folk now who patronize the business. We can't make no money if you want to hook up on everything. I can't get the hook up, bro.
They go back to the hair blender. I can't braid the next person's hair with a blender.
That too.
I might be able to make them a smoothie while they getting their hair done. But I can't braid no products with a blender.
You want me to make you? Like, come on, cuz, man. I know you selling for the team, and let your cuz get it for the 5.
Yeah.
Cuz, man, how I'm gonna make it then? Come on. Us, black, we gotta, if we gonna help folk, we need to pay the price that the stuff costs, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. If it's $10, pay $10. If you want to really support Mysterious Lee or DD or J Rock, pay what.
I got tickets to the hair show right now for $40.
Can we speak on paying in black people? Okay, has this ever happened to anybody? True story, had let a friend of mine borrow $300. Okay, now I never said a certain time you had to give it back. I'm thinking once you get it, you'll give it back to me.
That part.
Okay, now, a year passed and I had not got my money. One thing I'm not going to do is, if you borrow something from me, I'm not going to come back to you like, where's my money? Because because the way I'm set up, every time I see you, I'm going to be like, damn, she want her money.
I'm coming with the pistol.
But me and her fell out because she owed me $300. And we went to the mall, and this bitch was buying up the mall, and I was like, okay, the whole time, like, bitch, where my goddamn money
You
at?
should chunk your shit right in with her.
Listen, and I
No, because that's not the way she gave her money.
I
You
get
give
that
me my
shit.
money back the way I gave it to you.
Money
I get that
to
shit, yeah, but-
friends and family, and they just miraculously
Assume
forget.
no, it's not even
or
that.
whatever
They're so
about-
comfortable
and then
that
they
that's my
shop in front of
friend
you,
or that's my
like-
family.
See,
Yeah.
That the problem was
Yeah, he's
in her
disrespectful.
first sentence, I figured she was gonna pay it back.
Yeah.
See, me don't figure. We gonna sit. We gonna talk about
Let's
this
write it
when you
down.
borrow the money.
Write it
bro,
down.
Let's write it down.
I'm gonna need
bruh.
that money back next month.
Cause friend, I hate to have
All
to
right,
sue
bruh.
you.
I
And
love
then
you. You're my boy. You my blood. But look though, this a loan for real. So I don't want to have to
But
come looking for
do
you.
you really have to say that to people?
There are times
Absolutely.
with certain people you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
With certain
Some
people you
people
don't.
you
You
don't.
know the people you don't have to say it with, but you also know the people you do.
I mean, how you forget you owe somebody?
Man, you don't
somebody?
forget.
Never, nobody
ain't
ever
forgot-
forgot.
you
they
see
owe
You ain't
forgot no
somebody. But the thing
$300.
about it,
They figure you don't need it. That's a problem.
Yeah, one of them.
Like, you
that
just
too, and one.
freely shop.
or if you didn't have it to spare, baby, why you gave it to her?
Yeah. And another
There
thing
he
too.
should.
And
And then
that's what
or here
That's the
this with it,
problem.
or we'll hit you with a. Well, dang, here go your funky ass Sweeney.
Right, and they give
Well,
it
look
back
here.
to you with an attitude.
I'm gonna
bitch.
tell you another perspective to look at
What?
it. You bought
Man, we'll say that.
you bought a fake friend for $300. You could have held on to that heifer and spent 15 grand and invested in a business or something with her, and then
Right.
she would have went cold on you. You bought that heifer for
But sometimes
$300.
we
I
have to
think that's a
learn.
good
Right,
deal.
that's a way- and then we
I
learn.
think you got off light, sweetheart. I hate to say that it cost you $300,
still
and
up
I
my
ain't mean to call you
And you know
sweetheart
what?
either.
Yeah.
But
And
you
at
know
the
what I'm
end of the
saying?
day,
You
and
bought
at
her
the end
cheap.
of the day, that bitch knows she still owe you $300. But you know, at the end
She
of the
know
day,
Right.
if
Well, do y'all want to chip in for her in 100 apiece thing?
Shit, I ain't loaning to you now. We
But,
can't
but,
pay for
but look, even if
I'm
I
finna say, can I
even
borrow
if, even if I was as nice as you, even if I was as nice as you, she'll know or he'll know by looking in my eyes. You'll never borrow a dime from me ever again in your whole life.
I personally don't like to owe anyone.
Man,
So
man,
if I get
Right.
something from you,
Because-
I'm gonna pay you back as soon as I
Because
can.
most of the time, y'all, I mean, me and my wife can do a podcast later this week. You can ask her. I'm gonna bring it up. The 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna give somebody some money. I'm gonna give it to them if I got it to give. But if I loan it to you, that means I really don't have
it.
what you look. And I'm gonna make sure you know.
No,
I-
married men don't have nothing to spell.
Yeah, I've loaned very few people some things. I've given it to them. Just
No,
just because if they don't give it
Sorry,
back, I won't be
my
expecting it.
You got to get your own.
You got to get your.
You gotta get your own.
I'm talking. There's a God above that blesses finances, and you gonna have to call on him.
But we're gonna do this right here. One more intermission. We're gonna be back to close.
And a lazy ass countdown from our technician over there in Columbus, Georgia. His name is Bo.
And a 5, 4,
3, 2,
He didn't even say one. He didn't even say one.
Fade these nuts.
Y'all know.
Fade to black.
Talk about mischievous league. Come on,
Yes, sir.
let's spin it around the room. Let's go ahead and wrap.
You gonna
this up.
recap?
Yeah, let's recap.
At the end of the day, equality is a word. Unity is a word. We need action. At the end of the day, education of our generations below us to continue to feed and just nurture the right things into our children. And at the end of the day, make something of yourself and don't worry about what the next person is doing, because that's where we're worried. That's where the problem is. We worry with what the next person got. We worried about how they got there or what they did. What you have to do is take control over your life. Take control over what you see fit is your purpose. And money is going to always be there or not. You're going to either have it or you don't. But when you don't, you have to do something to get it. It's just based on choices of what you're going to do. Yeah, right. You can go the easy route and go break in somebody's house and go steal something, or put a gun to somebody and rob them, or you can take your ass to school. You can get a better education, and you can just time to fucking grow up, black people.
Okay.
Period. It's just time to grow up. It's time to think outside of social media and what the government or what the What's the word?
Society.
I knew that word.
man.
Not that
So
word.
you knew that word.
Basically, trying to make us be what they want us to be. We already that. Now it's time for us to be what we want us to be and make ourselves what we want to be and stop blaming the white man, the government, and other people, education, whatever. Make something of yourself, and that way you'll get to a better place of equality.
Right.
All right.
Hey man, I mean, boy, she was preaching the gospel then. I'm just my little tidbit is black folk, get yourself a life insurance policy first and foremost.
Start
if you ain't
there.
did nothing when you're alive, do something when you're dead, bro. I mean, start a legacy for the people behind you, even if you ain't gonna do it yourself.
Instead of
I'm just saying,
causing
so-
a gap in the family because everybody fighting over what you didn't have.
That's right. So if we don't do nothing else, man, get your life insurance policy. I'm gonna pay it forward, cause they gotta start somewhere. In our generation, we can have it start here. Secondly, man, financial. We have to get some literacy in. We gotta each one teach one. Dad is stay at home. I'm at home with my two. I raised mine. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's various reasons the people ain't at the crib. Y'all can do whatever, say what you want to say. Pops stay at the crib. Your children help teach them. You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to learn valuable lessons behind this. But every black person try to open a business. Every one of us. That's the way we get to the next level. Koreans, Chinese, Indians, they come over here because they can't open businesses over there. They come over here and they say, this is land of the free. We're going to open a business. And we live right here in the land of the free. And we can open the business. And we let everybody else come over here and open up a business in our own areas.
And
sell
patronize
our own
them.
stuff. And we go to them. If we try and fail, you ain't lose nothing, man. Look, listen. We going to have to try. Everybody try to find a way to open their own business. I don't care if it's a car wash. It ain't got to be no big illustrious business.
Well, LLC.
Man, it can be an LLC. It can be a car wash. You can pressure wash a house. You can do something. But do it for you. Do it for yourself. I'm gonna lead this by example. When I come back on my podcast, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So I ain't just telling you to do it, then I ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be a hypocrite in that. We're going to open some businesses, and we're going to patronize our own businesses. We can be single-handedly the reason that our black businesses are successful just if we go. If we just say, man, somebody open up a barbecue shack down the street, this week I'm going to go on Instagram, Facebook, all this type of stuff and say we all going down there on Wednesday and Thursday. I don't care what you doing, drop your shit. We going down there, we're going to buy a barbecue sandwich or something else. We can make a business successful just by us.
Word of mouth.
Even if nobody else come. If we say we're going to make this business work, we'll do it. Hair shops, whatever it is, let's stick together and do that. So we're gonna start doing that. We're gonna find some shops that are open or businesses that are open, and we're gonna have a week that we all gonna go down there and buy something. I don't care
And we
what
gonna
it
have
is.
footage. We gonna
I don't
go.
care. We buy bobby pins. We going down there and we gonna buy something just to say we gonna do it. You
I
feel
just
me?
had a thought. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What that now?
Maybe we need to start doing what the Asians and the Indians doing. Go to their neighborhoods and start selling scars and dashikis and the whoop-de-whoops and the,
Oh yeah.
with the red dot. Let's go
That's
start
it.
selling a marker for those.
I
Don't
got you.
care, they can hate me, but I love you.
That's right.
I'm just being, I mean, it is
That's
what
right
it is.
now.
If we can,
That's
it is what
right.
it is. At the end of the day, if they can do it, why can't we?
That's it.
So why we can't go to the Asian community and go sell rice or corn rice balls or lo mein, or let's not go or go to the Indian towns or with they little
The
villages
voice
where
that
they
came back now, right? We pulling hair now. We get
We
into
got
it. The
you in
voice.
it.
She was whispering at first. It was Yin Yang 21st, but not
We got
saying.
you. We got
it's
you.
still gone a little bit.
No.
But
Yeah,
the-
but
You coming back?
let me advertise one time. Throat coat and Patron with a little lemon juice
And Patron.
and a little lemon
It'll
juice.
bring your boy back.
Heavy on the
Bring it
throat
back.
coat.
Jay
So
Rock.
Okay.
heavy on the throat
I
coat.
got something for us too. All right. First thing is, we as a people, we need to learn who the fuck we are. You know what I'm saying? We call ourselves
Real
kings and queens and everything like that, but do you really know that we actually were kings and queens?
For real.
For real, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No cap, none of that. We actually were. There was a guy named Massa Musa that the richest man on the planet that gave Egypt so much gold that it throwed off their economy for 100 years, stuff like that. We need to know who we are, so when we stand up here and we say these things, we have facts behind them to prove them. Our kids need to know where we come from. They don't need to know everything. Don't need to be the damn we were slaves. Yeah, we know that. What about the black people that were here? What about the Sphinx, and what about the black nobility in Europe? What about that? What about the black Madonna and the black child in Russia that Vladimir Putin tried to show to America and everything that we don't want to listen to? We don't know who we are. We bought into what these people told us that we are not. The sooner that we come back to the knowledge of self, everybody has a knowledge of self. Chinese know who they are. Koreans know who they are. Puerto Ricans know who they are. They know the Puerto Rican side. They know the Boricua side. Everybody knows who they are and where they come from, except for us. Because I got a news flash for you. Everybody ain't African. They were black people here in they were African, but there were black people in the United States of America prior to the slave trade. I think it's very important for us to not just call it black history, but to know our history, because when we put black on something, we put Afro-American on something, we don't have a nationality. Until we have a nationality, to all of us say, okay, we gonna be Jews, or we gonna be this and that. Until you have a nationality, you can't ask for reparations. I think that everybody black should get $2 million a piece. Who is black? What is black?
Yeah,
with the way everything's set up now, where everything's set up now, you can be whatever you want to be.
They got casinos.
The way the world's set up now, you can be whatever you want to be.
They don't
I
say
saw a picture of a
Indian.
black man that said, "I am trans fat." He said, what he said. I recognize myself as slender, so I'm trans slender. Like, at this point in the world, you can be whatever you want. Okay, now that I'm looking at Muhammad Ali, I saw an old video where he was doing an interview. I can't remember who it was, but he called him a Negro.
He said
and
black.
He said, I think he said African. We call ourselves Afro or African American, because he said Europeans come from Europe.
Native lands.
Japanese
come from Japan.
Yeah.
And he said there is no he said
Negro.
Yeah. There's no Negro land.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's Spanish for black.
You know. So at the end of the day, it's gonna always be a race issue, because we're just different races, and it's just gonna always be a cultural thing about the U.S. being the melting pot or whatever. Right. At the end of the day, it's just educate yourselves.
Yeah, but look, right for this show, before we get to Dee Dee, because she finna close it out, I want to make sure, because Jared said we need to learn. We're gonna impose some hyperlinks in this show. So right now, as I edit this, I'm gonna put the hyperlinks in the show. So when you want to know more about, click the hyperlink below. And there are several hyperlinks below that you can click on to start to learn some of this history, some of the things that he was talking about. We're gonna put some sites up. So we're just not gonna say it. We're gonna give you some resources.
Watch Hidden Colors.
All of them. But there gonna be some hyperlinks on this too. DD, what we got?
Well, I just want to say, everybody was preaching education, and it really is important. Know what you want to do. Find out what resonates to your soul. Don't go and try to do what anybody else is doing, because that's not going to work for you. And each one teach one. You can be 100 years old and still learn something. And the key is, if someone is trying to really teach you something, be okay with listening. Don't ever get to the point where you think you know everything. We are always constantly evolving, and you always can learn something. So don't shut down and think that you know everything, because there are people that have so much knowledge to give you. And research. If you feel like you want to know about something, it's okay to pick up a book and read it. Research it. Just don't go on the internet. There are books and you can research. But basically, the last thing and most important thing, we need to start loving each other again.
Back to
like
that.
more love.
Yeah, back to
That's the
that.
key.
Because I really want to see our youth stop killing each other. I want to see us loving each other. When we see each other walking down the street, we can say hello, hello, my sister, hello, my brother. We can give each other love. We don't have to mean mug each other. So just more love, more love.
Wow, I'm with that.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. When I say I want black people to do better, it ain't because I want white people to do bad. I want them to do better.
Oh, yeah.
I want everybody to
We
do
want
good, but I
everybody
just
to do
want my
good.
people to stand up and do better. That's all.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't. I don't pray nothing bad on nobody.
Right,
I just
right.
want to see our people come up and do better. Because we can. We have all
We
the
absolutely
tools, all the
can.
power.
And it starts right here with us.
We are pro-black,
Open
not
conversation.
anti-white.
Correct.
Yes.
Open conversation, open debate, open discussion. That can be the start of it all right there.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I enjoy this platform.
Amen.
Because it has to start somewhere. And I enjoy the foolishness. I enjoy the facts. I enjoy the energy and the chemistry here. And at the end of the day, you will learn something from watching this show.
That's right.
That's right.
And I ain't giving you no hookup. You can kill that shit.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna be for free or nothing like that. We sell it. As a matter of fact, we selling everything. Mischievous Lee has 2 more tickets left for the
By the time this show airs, I probably won't have them too
No, yes, you would.
I'm trying to sell
Call
one of
Phil.
him.
Well, you start saying one now. Somebody
What you what?
said one.
I'm trying to sell
Y'all
one.
just saying we
Miss
gonna support
Mischievous Lee,
black
She
she
business.
got a Facebook
They
page.
gonna get it.
Ask her
They
how
gonna
much the
get it.
tickets
They
are.
gonna-
Yeah.
No. Why? No, y'all are right here. Support this black woman's business. Went into you say you got 2. There you go. Went into. Go ahead and support.
I ain't got no problem with it. I'll buy a ticket.
Hold
but
on,
I still can't go.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Look yourself out.
I thought
You
it was,
ain't gonna
I
get
thought it was
mad.
soul sister awareness. And
I can get some more tickets.
That's how we get.
Black women.
That's how we
black
get.
women
Get some more
support
tickets.
each other.
Y'all two
Black
get
women,
one.
I got you a
whatever.
blender in the car. I got
No,
the
see,
blender in the
that
car.
she come with that shit.
I have upgraded from blenders. I need me a Fendi bag.
Why we end up got to pay?
We not doing blenders.
Well, I said, why we end up had to
I'm
pay?
gonna
And
bring
she
a
get a
blender to the
blender.
show.
No, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the show, but
It's
I
okay.
will buy a ticket.
At the end of the day, the love is just phenomenal here. I love being here with y'all. Shout out to everybody who's supporting somebody. Period.
Yes, I've come to their shows before, and I'm telling you it was
Yes.
great, and I'm coming again. Cause
Columbus Got Talent each and every Wednesday.
yeah.
Columbus, Georgia, Fountain City Crew. I'm your host. Brought to you by JMC Productions.
Oh, one more thing. Everybody, give a shout out to somebody that you might feel need a shout out, or somebody that has touched your heart, or something, or to somebody that you felt has been underappreciated, or just something that you want to say to anybody. It can be anybody.
Give them their roses while they're
Yeah, give them
alive.
their roses. Yeah, give
While they're
give
alive,
somebody
they can
their
smell
roses.
them.
Each one of us.
I would like to give my flowers and my roses to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She is still here with me. I recently lost my dad, and he's still here with me. But I think a lot of times as we get older, we forget to appreciate. I would like to give my flowers to my mother, Miss Brenda Harris. I love you. Thank you for everything you've done as a single mother. So I want to give you your flowers here. My dad is here with me. I want to give him his flowers. He's gone now, but I want to start with my mom.
All right, for me, I'm gonna give shout outs. Everybody ain't gonna agree with this, but I don't care. I'm gonna give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. 'Cause
Amen.
Without him, I would be nothing. And my wife, I gotta give my baby a shout out because she held me down when I ain't have nothing. Me and my wife came to this marriage with, I'm talking about 0.
Amen.
And we made some things, and just by her loving me and continue to sanctify me with her prayer, I appreciate you, babe. I love you, my kids. I love you, my mama. You know I love you. But we got some things we doing now. We gonna keep doing. We gonna get there.
Yeah. Pass the flowers.
Well, you trying to get something tonight,
Hey, look, two times. I'm trying to get a second round there, cuz.
You gonna get something tonight.
Baby, you listening?
A little dab of do
You
you?
talking about a twofer? A little dab
A
of
little
do.
dab of do.
Little groceries.
So mine, I'm gonna do mine with 2 people. I want to first and foremost thank my father. My father, I had to share him with a whole lot of people in the community.
Me too.
I had to share my father with
I
the
share
band. I had to share my father with
Love you, Mr. Lake.
the baseball team. I had to share my father with Boy Scouts. He was the cheerleading doodad. He was the neighborhood
Foster
father,
parent.
foster parent. I got a million
We
foster
need more
brothers.
of those too.
My daddy actually stood in the gap of a lot of families and stuff that needed things at different points in time. And he showed me that, you know, sometimes it's not all about money. It's about being there. It's about supporting people. It's like being a bridge for somebody that needs to make it to the other side. It's about helping. It's about telling people, you know, just being honest with them. But at the same time that my daddy showed all these people humility and show them what we're supposed to do, he also kept the word of God within him too, and he left him with that too. And another lady I like to give roses to, she's deceased now. I like to thank Miss Pearl Lightfoot. Miss Pearl Lightfoot, she was Belvedere Park. She was our recreation. She was in control of our recreation center. She taught us, a black woman, single-handedly controlled everybody in the neighborhood and everybody that came to our neighborhood. She would paddle that ass if you was wrong. We had disagreements where Miss Lightfoot would say, take it to the mat, baby. That mean that you was going to go to the mat and y'all was going to wrestle it out and everything with no punching or nothing like that. Nobody jump in, hug and wrestle it out, and then you was going to move on. But she also taught us that when we went somewhere and we competed against other neighborhoods, we was Belvedere, baby, and that she wasn't going to take no junk. She taught all of us that didn't have people at the house with strong morals. She taught us morals. She taught us responsibility.
We need more.
She taught us how to play games. She was a mother and father to everybody in the community. And anytime somebody else came from a different community over to our community, she loved on them and didn't let nobody be mistreated. And one more shout out that I gotta say for Miss Lightfoot is that she taught me that for real telepathy is real.
Yes,
because when she used to sell candy, but when her boss and them folks came, I hate to say boss, but when her supervisor and stuff came to that job, you better not ask to buy no damn candy. If you walk up to her, she knew what she was gonna do. She give you that look. And your ass knew, you better not say nothing and carry your ass back to whatever you were doing until them folk leave. That's my two. My father.
That's real.
My daddy, I love you so much.
I love
you so much.
Always.
My mother's not here, but
we love you too.
Love you too, Mom. And my other person I got to give my roses to, I can't forget Miss Lightfoot forever.
Very good. That was beautiful. I would like to give roses to all the people out there that are underpaid and overworked. I definitely know that a lot of people have jobs that are not glamorous and they don't get the recognition that they should. And I just want to say I appreciate you. And without y'all, with the jobs that y'all do, we couldn't survive. And like I see the janitors in much respect. Because we need y'all and y'all are truly appreciated. And I know a lot of times y'all don't get to hear that anybody that is just barely making it, but you still get up every morning and you take your ass to work.
You essential.
Right. Yep. The essential workers, for real. Y'all need all the flowers.
That's big.
Because y'all are amazing.
Yeah. Big round of applause. Big round of applause.
What?
Well, since you're the newbie, take us out this motherfucker.
Ooh, okay. Well, you guys, that wraps up fantastic facts and foolishness.
Indeed.
Good shot.
Boy, that's